there every day. We're very, very grateful for you. Thanks for being with us in so many ways on so many days. You are indispensable. Thanks for always just being so solid, putting together information which is so useful for us in our work. You're essential, and we really appreciate all the folks who make you possible.
We have the good fortune of knowing that Bob McIntyre and Citizens for Tax Justice are going to be on the side of the typical working person, the person without the Gucci's, the person without the lobbyists. And even though the odds makers say it can't be done, we are going to get tax reform next Congress. We are going to start it now. We're going to get it as far as we can. And with Bob in the lead, we're going to prosecute it until we go back to what we know makes sense, a fairer tax system, one that isn't rigged against the typical person. You're going to be leading the charge, Bob, and those of us who want to support tax reform, we're going to be following your lead.
A great coalition to assure progressive government. I know that the Citizens for Tax Justice, to whom we've turned so many times for counsel, will be the place that can lead that effort.
There's a whole host of people that Lloyd and Senator Levin and Senator Wyden and others do battle with who want to loot our pockets through the tax system, or as I said in the subtitle, perfectly legal, rig the system. And on the other side, there's a handful of people led by Bob.
There's one episode that happened a while ago. He really signifies the power of this group. This was in 1999 when the Bush campaign had crafted this narrative of compassionate conservatism, and we're different, we're not like those other Republicans who just want to help the rich and take from the poor. We really love the poor. The moment came in December when, after all this talk about what they were going to do for the poor and how they weren't going to be helping the rich, they were going to unveil their tax plan. And they leaked it to the Washington Post, and the condition was you can't show it to any outside analysts before you write about it. We give it to you, we're going to spin it to you, then you write it up. You can't show it to anybody. And amazingly, to me, they agreed. So then the story did write about the Bush tax cut was completely unlike all these other Republican tax cuts because, this one was really targeted at the middle class. It was totally untrue. And once, Citizens for Tax Justice was able to look at it the next day, they started to say, hey, this isn't true. But to me, that's the testament. I mean, they crafted an entire media strategy around Citizens for Tax Justice. It was, don't show this to Citizens for Tax Justice. If they get a look at this before we put it out there, we're sunk. And I think they were right. But that, to me, that's the strongest testament I've ever seen to any public interest group and its power.
All I want to say is that every time we got into a tax fight, the only ally we had was this organization and this guy.